Next, let's talk about trades. Regarding trades, we won't cover this here. Area, everyone is using it. Then, the primeval hourglass. No choice. Reaping. The reason for using reaping is that I found that the affliction doesn't go up. Maybe the frequency is really too high. It can lead to wilt. Once applied, it gets reaped immediately. So here, I chose double damage increase. And it's not the better option. It's still the 16.1, not the 15.1. The one below is still T2, not T0. If you have the budget, you can buy a better one. Of course, it's also fine. Around 30 to 40 FE should be enough. The investment is quite high. It might cost a few thousand for now. You can also farm it yourself. The drop rate is quite high. If not, there are other solutions. In the late game, don't pick spacetime conversion. That's why many didn't pick area earlier, because the duration is enough. Without picking it, the talents have duration bonuses. The repurification can already stabilize at 0.5, adding more damage, and duration isn't necessary. That's what it means. So there's no benefit here. As long as your skill, like blurry steps, doesn't break, then there's no benefit. So choose this. It will give you an extra 40. Then 1 to 1 1 2. Here still, don't recommend 1. Never recommend spacetime pass. First, it reduces duration by 30. Skill effect duration is pretty bad. Second, there's a 10-second cooldown and it lasts for 3 seconds. You need to find a balance here. Make sure all monsters have a 150% damage boost, but do the math yourself. You already have 100 points. If you have over 10,000 shields, the benefit is higher. Do the math. Assume 10,000 shields give 200 points. 200 points divided by 366 equals an additional 66% damage. And because of these two things, they each have around 16 to 20 damage. 1.16 times 1.16. Assuming the worst, 1.16 times 1.16 times 1.66 is still higher than 150%. This 150% also has to subtract an extra 30%, because after reducing by 30, repurification will reduce damage. Some may ask, with the extra 30, will the damage fluctuate? It will still stabilize at 0.5. If it doesn't work, there might be a problem with the lower tier. Here, you need to ensure that the monster's debuff can always benefit from spacetime pulls. It's too troublesome. Moreover, reducing skill duration by 30 not only affects repurification, but it affects everything, so it's very uncomfortable, highly not recommended. Therefore, as long as you have 10,000 shields, just pick mindlessly. Then, look for spacetime speed up, otherwise, energy won't recover. Some might say, it doesn't work well, can't afford it, then just buy the cheapest one for 1 or 2 fag, the one with minus 20 below. The method is the same. Choose movement speed plus shield. Now increase damage at all. The shield can also be used as increased damage. Movement speed plus reaping. The problem is, why? There's no additional reaping here. I found that using movement plus reaping, after that, the affliction can go up. Reaping too fast might have reached the critical point. Then, after talking about traits and a few details, let's talk about skills. Regarding skills, first is Soul Candle. Jewel Terror might be expensive, around 4,000, 3 to 4,000. You can also craft it yourself. Self-crafting is not recommended with Tier 0 and Tier 0. Used to Tier 1s. Terror Charge T1 and Terror Damage T1. Crafting with 2 T1s together has a higher probability. Skill linking method might be a bit different. Here, choose Spell Concentration, because here I want to find. Since the swamp itself is dot damage, and explosion, try to choose something that can benefit from all. Not talking of the damage increase is very high and also has additional damage. Penetration is full. Control spell is fully utilized. Spell concentration is also fully utilized. Catalyst only affects continuous damage, but the bonus from Catalyst is very high. That's the reason for choosing Catalyst. Then, for the third skill, support skill, choose the Curse of Corruption. The reason is one aspect is increased damage, another is focusing on the wilt chance. 27.5 will be here. 80 for additional and 6 additional bonuses. After adding them all up, equivalent to about 62% wilt chance. Then the wilt chance, combined with Shadow Shot, and the point of wilt in the talent, to apply wilt, then added physical damage here, to cause paralysis. These can all be changed. For example, you can use Curse to trigger paralysis, then use Improved Corrosion, for an extra 30. Or look for 30 wilt on the amulet. A wilt base is also fine, to ensure 100% wilt, because we have high frequency. We don't necessarily need 100% wilt. We can also add a catalyst to increase the efficiency of applying affliction. That's also an option. Don't recommend using reaping. The reason is, if you connect it to reaping, sometimes you can't apply affliction, because reaping will directly remove the wilt. If you can't apply wilt, the affliction won't go up. That's it. Okay, why choose Curse and Shadow Shot connection method? Choosing the activation medium, Wind Rhythm. If you have the ability, go for 0.3. If not, then 0.4. Both are fine. It doesn't matter below, as long as it works, because our cooldown is okay. Then greater multiple projectiles. Blurry steps for link pain amplification. Choose pain amplification here. The reason? Because we don't have the area to time conversion. Blurry steps won't break. If not, you can remove overclock. Add mania. Activation medium preparation. Find a 4-second one. It doesn't matter below. Below look for cooldown and skill duration reduction. Try to find cooldown, skill duration reduction. Skill shortened duration is not very good. Cooldown is okay. Still activation medium preparation. Just find the cheapest activation medium preparation. 7 seconds, 8 seconds. All are fine, because, basically, it won't break. Then, Iron Resolve. What you want is armor efficiency. Then Reclusion. Very critical. Reclusion keeps your deflection. So, if you have 3 or 4 layers of deflection, you will stably have 40. Hit damage reduction. This 4 link. This point is very random. Overclock. If you don't want a 4 link, you can give any 4 link here. Or you could go for Aura 4 link. Aura 4 link. Which aura do you recommend? Aura 4 link. You can recommend it. Malleable. But you may need to sacrifice other skills. But personally, I don't think it's necessary. Efficiency in map clearing should be prioritized, because you don't have eternity, so speed is the focus here. Mania, of course, if you have enough time, you can switch to 1-4 battle or even Mass Effect. Mass Effect should have 3 charges, which gives about a 66% increase. 14.5 multiplied by 3. Actually, it's not overclocked yet. If you have enough time, of course, you don't want to overclock. If overclocking is enough, you can use this. It's all good. And then, Aura. The choice here is Precise, Steadfast, combined with the Resolve talent to gain a large amount of armor. Of course, you can also switch to Precise, Nimbleness. This season, Nimbleness is very strong innovation. You can switch to Nimbleness. And also, Precise, Elemental Resistance. Highly recommended. Even if it's expensive, it's worth farming or buying. The Aura links are the same. Basically, they're all linked like this. And then Precise, Deep Pain. Must be precise. We need a 16% affliction. Then try these Aura enhancements to increase our affliction per second. And also, Precise, Energy Fortress. Shouldn't be too expensive. One of them uses seal conversion, and it works. That's all for skills. The details are about wilt. Using curses to apply wilt. This kind of strategy ensures affliction. For activation medium, they're very cheap. This week's activation medium, preparation. It might be slightly more expensive at 0.4. It requires 200 to 300 fat. Others are basically 1 or 2 fat. And you should be able to farm a lot yourself. Only recommend preparation, not recommending anything like elite. Preparation can maintain its advantages. For this reason alone, here's the activation medium, Wind Rhythm. It might be relatively expensive. 0.3 might cost 2 to 3,000 fat. If you can't afford it, you can buy a 0.5 for 2 to 300 fat, or 0.4. Both are fine. Activation medium are beginner versions. Basically, around 500 fat should do it. Regarding skills, the skills are all free, no choices. For level 21 skills, below that, you can find them yourself. But if you want to buy, it might have been expensive before. I don't know the current prices. These are all cheap. About 100 fat should be enough.